let's talk about climate change. What is climate change? Many people are calling it as a crisis in our time. And it is a crisis. Hi everyone, my name is Thalia Oktariani Putri and I'm a student at LSPR Communication and Business Institute Jakarta, and I'm also Charles Bonar Sirait student in subject public speaking and presentation skills. So today I am going to talk about climate change. So right now, the average temperature on the surface of the planet already increased 1.7 degrees since 1880. We've been burning more and more fossil fuels like oil and coal, which release CO2 to power our homes, factories, airplanes, and cars. There's also a lot more of us. The global population has tripled in the past 70 years. And we are still consuming more products from animals that release another pollutant called methane. The UN says that right now our world is about 1 degree hotter than the pre-industrial time, which is okay. In fact, the UN says if we warm by 1.5 degrees before the end of the century, we should be fine. But the UN says even 2 degrees would probably fine. But again, the problem is big, because right now we are on track to hit 1.5 degrees in only 10 years. And if we don't slow that things down, it could mean catastrophe within my life and maybe yours too. So we're already getting a taste, and the climate change is real. Climate change is here right now. And climate change is happening. We are well into the 6th mass extinctions event. Europe is currently colder than the Arctic. More than 1,000 people being rescued just in the early morning hours of Sunday. Millions of people are likely to suffer worsening food and water shortage. The drought that's now in it's 10 years in a phenomena that's here to stay. So we've never seen a year's worth of the rain in less than 7 days. Right now, sea levels are rising about 3 millimeters a year because seawater expands as temperature gets warmer. And the melting ice sheets and glaciers also add trillions of tons of fresh water into our oceans. And the people around the world are already losing their homes. And if these things still carry on, millions more of us will have to pack up too. The entire coastal cities will be underwater within 80 years, like Miami in the US or Osaka in Japan. Entire island nations in the Pacific could completely disappear. Now there is a plan to slow all these things down. Back in 2016, world leaders signed the agreement called Paris Agreement, and the big pledge is to cap temperatures but rising by 1.5 degrees or a maximum of 2 degrees. So countries have to set their own targets on how much CO2 they emit. But here's the thing: 3 years after that agreement, global CO2 levels are still going up. India, Morocco, and the Gambia have massive renewable energy projects. But the experts say what's needed now is an even bigger push to change everything about the way we run our world. So where does that leave us? Well, there's only so much bike riding and light bulb replacing you and I can do every day. But the truth is that is those everyday things that are going to change anyway. The United States, as the world's biggest economy, is finally starting to move aggressively, and China, as the world's largest emitter, is begging to recognize that it needs to do The same as many of its metallicities will be underwater if the sea is rising too high. Future generations are in big troubles now, but for now, it will continue to get warmer, and storms will grow more intense, with longer periods of drought in between. So, the conclusion is that it's down to all of us to change our ways and shake things up, or climate change is going to do it for us. Businesses as usual has got to change. Politics as usual has got to change. And in order to combat that, we have to change the system that has allowed it to happen. You can't even have the infinite growth on an finite planet, and everyone can do that by shifting to renewable energy, reducing the use of cars, use trains more, cycle more, eat less meat, consume a bit more carefully, and that's it. That's all that we can do. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you